Hi, Dr. Allison J.K. here, wanting to talk to you about freedom. And you're likely thinking freedom is some kind of external force, right? Freedom from time restrictions, freedom from restrictions in your money flows, freedom from restrictions in demands on your schedule, freedom from tasks, right? You fill in the blank, freedom from blank. And I have to share with you and tell you it's not about that external thing. You're making these choices on how you spend your time, your money, and what tasks you do and don't attend to. You are a creative force. You have creative powers within you. And all of it turns on the throat chakra, making a choice to translate your desires and your dreams, maybe coming up from the heart chakra, or your heart getting uplifted or enthused or lighter about something, and then making the choice. And so what really is needed for that is you to get some help. And so the back of the house consciousness, which is what I've come to call the unconscious and subconscious thoughts we don't hear, I clear those hidden blocks. And in clearing those hidden blocks, because of my training and my natural capacities to see and be tuned into what's blocking somebody from reaching more of their potential, you will then have shifts inside of you that open up your awareness, open up your perception, open up the peripheral vision so that you see new possibilities. And not only that, but you also open to a different choice. If you're not locked down and repeating the past, and you're able to actively be more present here and make new choices here from this expanded, higher vibratory, more cleared or purified consciousness, you're going to make higher vibe choices. And if you're already high vibration, thank you. But I'm telling you, this is my joy zone, is where I get to go in and play with people and get these clearings of more subtle blocks, whether it's karma, or it's your parents and lineages imprints, or it's conditioning, or it's traumas and their ensuing free-floating thoughts and conclusions you have subconsciously to protect you from ever having that trauma happen again, or other aspects that I'm not going to name right now. There is so much more that can not only be cleared, but then become, especially as you're higher vibration and more purified, activated, including, as many of you who are following me regularly hear me talk about, hooking your field up with the field of unlimited possibilities. And all of this is meant to juice up your own creative power, your raw creative power. So if you're feeling like you're just continuing to repeat the past and you're claiming, oh my God, I need some freedom from X, where you're going to gain victory over that is getting the internal shifts so that you make new choices. So that thing that is seemingly to have power over you, you shift your perception of it, and you shift other things like your ability to have more courage, your ability to not sabotage yourself, but to actually choose what will lead to higher outcomes, more desired outcomes. There are so many clearings and activations along the path to really stepping into our empowered co-creative capacities that are so blessed right now on this planet. We just went through a massive month of a huge dumping of new light for this creative power, because we are at 2012 to 2032, humanity's greatest evolutionary leap. I've written books on this now, #1 international bestsellers. Been talking about this since 2011 with a 2.5-year radio show on Voice America, interviewing experts about the nature of these times. Humanity's spiritual awakening, humanity's greatest evolutionary leap in 2012 to 2032 was much more the purging, cleansing stage. 2023, we're turning around the bend into now the creation of the new era. That's going to be so much more enjoyable. And I talk about that in my third book extensively, Reasonable Dragons. I don't want to talk about this here. So in order to create the new, that's going to be so much lighter, we need to get lighter. And it's not your restrictions that's something outside of you, including your kids, including your task list, including your house. Here's an example. My dad owns a couple of houses, and he talks about the maintenance that's involved. in them. And God bless my mom, she was a powerhouse with the book of business cards and who to go to for what maintenance is needed. But she's no longer here supporting him in that way. And so he gets overwhelmed by the maintenance required for his homes. And many of you can probably relate as a dragonfly flutters by. And so what I've been saying to him is, Dad, there's new apps, there's new people for these kinds of tasks that you can hire out. You don't need to take it all on yourself. And so it has taken a while I don't run energy medicine clearings on him. I do send prayers and energy and blessings to him, but he isn't actively receiving like the people who work with me are. And so it's taken a while for that to get through, but eventually he's been able to see, oh, wait a minute, there's other possibilities here. I don't need to actually hold the whole burden on myself. But that was a huge part of a gig that I've been handed down, frankly, in my own lineage too, is a sense of responsibility, a sense of duty, and that's worked to my advantage, and many of yours who take advantage of working with me because of my diligence and professionalism and follow through and that. But I want my shoulders like that, right? Not the way we do it in Pilates. We talk about in Pilates wearing our shoulders as earrings. So any burden, and I know it's incredibly, as the ice cream man comes in with delight, the ice cream woman, I don't know who drives that truck, but I know from having been an expat multiple times for extended amounts of time throughout the planet, including the 10 years in Asia, we have things a bit more complicated, and it's a lot involved in being a responsible citizen in the United States of America, specifically, especially right now. So there are ways that you can get lighter and have more freedom, but it's really inside of you the work and the potential for change is. It's not looking outside of you. Please stop that and do whatever it takes, whether it's working with me, buying one of my products, or somebody else who you know affects change, to help you get the inner shift so that you can make different choices and recognize your power anywhere and everywhere where you're saying something outside of you has power over you. It's your own inner freedom we're talking about. It's not ever about freedom from something outside of you. Even if you're like in I know that sounds crazy to somebody who may be in like a prison, or who may be being abused or locked up or some extreme. I'm not talking about those necessarily. I'm talking about people who are living the average day-to-day life, right? Okay, so it's getting really humid here. I think I'm gonna stop recording this. We did survive the Hurricane Idalia this week, not getting the direct hit, thank you. And many blessings to you all, to getting yourselves and allowing yourselves and choosing what's gonna help you get more free.